Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing a quick and easy little furniture upcycle project, and I'm sure this piece of furniture loads of you guys will have in your home already. It's the Hemnes bedside table from IKEA. So these are the Hemnes bedside drawers I'm going to be working on today. I managed to pick both of these up off of Facebook Marketplace for £50 for the pair. They're in really good condition. I actually like the way they look now. However, there's a few different changes I want to make just so they fit in with our decor a little bit more. What's great about these drawers is they're built really well. Unlike a lot of IKEA stuff, they're not laminate, they're actually solid wood. So you could sand these back to the original wood, but that is not what we're going to do today. Let me talk you through the plan of how we're going to transform these bedside tables. First thing I want to change is the top piece. At the moment, there's quite a lot of overhang and visually it just looks a little bit unbalanced to me. So I'm going to start by cutting those back and just reducing the overhang on either side. Next up, I'm going to work on the legs. These are actually a little bit too tall for me at the moment, so we're going to take the height of the legs down. We're then going to try something new and we're going to cut an angle to the front legs just to make them feel a little bit more refined. Once that's all done, we will be giving the whole drawers a lick of paint and then we'll be swapping out the knob pulls for a handle. Okay, so let's get going. First up, I'm using my Works electric handheld saw to make the cuts on this top piece. I will admit these splintered a lot. I actually tried using some masking tape to see if that would reduce the amount they splintered. It didn't really help. What helped the most was actually taking my time and going a bit slower. But if you guys have any recommendations as to how to avoid this in future, drop a comment down below and let me know your tips. Next up, I used my same electric saw to cut down the legs. I actually reduced these by 6 centimeters in the end. Then it was time to cut those angles. I was pretty nervous about this because I've actually not done anything like this before, but I added masking tape to the legs. I measured and marked up where I wanted to make my cuts, and then I went in with my jigsaw. A lot of these cuts you could just make with a basic handsaw, so you definitely don't have to have all of these power tools, but they definitely save you a lot of time. Once I'd made all of my cuts, the edges were super rough, so I needed to sand them down. I have this really handy tool, which is a handle that you attach your sandpaper to, which makes it a lot more easy. So I went in on all of the edges that I just made cuts to and gave them a quick sand. I'm not gonna lie guys, this is a messy job. If you can, do this outside. I wanted to do this outside, but we live in Wales and it rains a lot, so unfortunately I had to do this in my lounge. But I'm just gonna do a little clean up before I move on to the next step. So this is how they were looking after I had made all of my cuts, and I think they look a lot better. To me, the proportions just look a lot better than what was there previously. But like I said, we were left with a lot of splinter marks. So I grabbed some multi-purpose filler and just filled in those little bits where the wood had kind of chipped away a little bit. Once all of the filler was on, I left that to dry, and once it was all dry, I came back with a finer grit sandpaper and sanded back all of the filler. Now the drawers are nice and smooth, it's time to give them a good scrub down. I went in with my sugar soap, which I diluted in warm water, and just gave them a really good clean all over to get rid of all of the dust and any kind of grease and stuff, ready for painting. Now that the drawers are clean and dry, it's time to prep for painting. I'm just putting down a dust sheet to protect the floors, and I also grabbed some offcuts from our previous cuts just to prop these drawers up off of the floor as well. The paint I'm going to be using today is the Rust-Oleum Washable Matte Furniture Paint. This is my first time using this paint. I got it in Steamed Milk, which is the same colour I've used in our bedroom, so it'll match perfectly. I'm going to be applying it with a paintbrush, and I also have a foam roller as well. The reason I went for this paint is, like I said, it's the same colour we used in our bedroom. However, in our bedroom we got it colour matched, but this furniture paint primes, paints and it seals, so it's very much one product that does it all, which if you're lazy like me is a great choice to go for. I was really surprised with the coverage of this paint. As you can see on the first coat, it's amazing coverage. The technique I'm using is I'm basically painting it all on with the paintbrush to get a really nice thick layer on there, and then I'm going in with my foam roller just to give it a quick roll and make sure there are no paintbrush marks. This paint is touch dry in 1 hour and recoatable in 2 hours, and it takes 4 hours to completely cure. Okay guys, so it is the next day and this is what they are looking like. So I did 2 coats of that Rust-Oleum furniture paint, which honestly I am so surprised with the coverage. It was really good considering these were like a kind of blacky brown colour before. I did 2 coats, and then this morning I touched up just a couple of little bits that I'd kind of missed, but really recommend this paint so far. I'll have to let you know how it wears over time, so make sure you guys are subscribed and I can always update you guys. I was slightly worried yesterday because they were looking very white, but now that I've got them up against the white wall, you can see that they're like a really nice kind of soft greyish colour. Obviously this is the colour that we painted our bedroom, so I did know what it was going to turn out like, but it was looking very white last night. But plan for today is we need to put some handles on, and I also have some wallpaper to line the drawers. So let me show you what I've got really quickly. This is what I'm going to line the drawers with. This is actually a sample of wallpaper from B&Q. You can basically go and just like take samples of stuff and take as much as you want. So I've been a bit cheeky and I've taken a lot. So I found this. It's like a kind of linen grass clothy style wallpaper in this really nice grey colour. As you can see, like the IKEA drawers come with this kind of like grey and white striped bottom to the drawers, which I don't think looks great. And also these are second-hand drawers, so some of it's kind of a bit worn anyway. So I'm just going to go in with this just to kind of make it look a bit nicer. And these are the handles I've gone for. So I got these on Amazon and they're really good quality. They're these kind of little like pull handles, like little trunk handles, I guess you'd call them. But I thought they'd go really nicely. So they're like the perfect size. They're gonna cover the hole that's already there. And they should be pretty easy to install. So I got 4 of those. A couple of little bits to do, then they'll be all done. We can put them in the bedroom. Now I'm just marking up for our handles. This was a little time consuming. I just wanted to make sure they're in the perfect location, but it was pretty simple. Once I'd measured where all the handles were gonna go, I just marked the holes for the screws. I went in with my Ryobi drill. I put a very small drill bit on it, and made a super shallow hole, which I could then just screw the screws into. These screws don't need to go all the way through. And to be honest, these drawers are pine, and pine is quite a soft wood, so they screw in really easily anyway. But I just wanted to make sure I had that initial guide hole for them to go into. Once the handles were on, the last thing to do was to line the bottom of these drawers. Like I said before, I don't really like the striped pattern that comes with the drawers anyway. And these are secondhand drawers. I have cleaned them, but they were a bit scratched and kind of tarnished anyway. This is a really simple thing you could do with any of your furniture. I just got my wallpaper, measured how big the cuts needed to be, just cut it with my scissors and dry fit it into the drawers. Once I was happy that all of the wallpaper cuts fit perfectly, I then just went in with some double-sided sticky tape. I did one strip on each edge and then just one in the middle to make sure it didn't lift. This is just to prevent it moving around, really. There's lots of different ways that you could do this. You don't necessarily have to do this. You could use glue dots, you could use PVA. For me, the double-sided tape is a pretty mess-free way to do it, and it's not permanent, so if you do want to change it in the future, you can easily do that. Now the drawers are all done, it's time to bring them into the space and style them up. Before I show you the finished result, here's a little reminder of what the before looked like. I'm honestly so happy with how these turned out. I think they look really, really good. Definitely very different from what we had previously. So as you would have seen, obviously I took the height of these down, which I'm really glad that I did. And I think by doing that and kind of reducing the height of the kind of top piece, it's made it look a lot more proportional. Before it just looked really clunky. I also love the taper on the feet. That's something I've never ever tried before, and yeah, it just makes it look a little bit more high-end than what it was looking like previously. As you can see, I've gone tone on tone with the rest of the room, and then these handles are really cute as well. I think they definitely look a little bit more, they're not as modern as what we had previously. They're a little bit more transitional, I would say. So I think these would go really well in like a period home or a modern home. These are so much bigger than our last chest of drawers. But yeah, and also the drawers are on runners. I have to say, oopsie, these IKEA drawers are really, really good quality. But if you have some Hemnes chest of drawers or bedside tables at home, definitely upcycle them because they are super, super easy to upcycle. Just to give you a little glimpse of my side of the bed. So I've just styled this side up with this little kind of jewelry tray mirror type situation I got from H&M, and a candle. This one has the little kind of slidey drawer thing on the top half. It was missing from the other bedside table, but Steve didn't want it anyway. But that'll be really useful to put like bits of jewelry and stuff in. But yeah, we're really happy with how these turned out, and I think they go with the rest of the room so, so well. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss an upcoming video. And I will catch you guys in the next one.